The following presentation is brought to you by American Legion Post 416, Greendale, Wisconsin. Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW Post 10, 519, Greendale, Wisconsin. Disabled American Veterans, DAV Chapter 19, West Allis, Wisconsin. The Veterans Community Relations Team, VCRT, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Machinery and Welder Corporation, West Allis, Wisconsin. And by viewers like you. From the global resources of Veterans Media Services. This is Veterans Newsline with Dave Wagner. Welcome to this edition of Veterans Newsline. Today, we are going to take a look at the moving of the MacArthur Statue from the Bolt Warehouse in Bayview to Veterans Park near the War Memorial. As you can see behind me, the statue is already in place, but through the magic of television, we're going to take a trip back in time to the day of the move. We'll start today's journey with Greg West, who is down at the War Memorial before the statue was installed, to talk with a few people connected with the project. Greg?
Thanks, Dave. I'm here with Eric Gribble, project manager for the Move MacArthur Statue project. Eric, the Bolt Company, which you represent and work for, has stood right up and donated their time and services and all the work to have this statue moved down to this site. What are you feeling on that?
Well, the Bolt Company, we strive to do everything we can for the community. This project was something that we were very interested in helping out with. Anything that we can do to help, we're always interested to help the community, especially the veterans. And this project's going to be a great project.
Yes, it is. Now, you are not only going to build the base and the pedestal for the statue, but you're also going to redo the spot at MacArthur Square where it was sitting since 1979.
Correct. We have, as of last week, the statue was moved, and the existing foundation that it was resting on has been demolished, and we have already re-landscaped the area with some new grass, so you can hardly tell it was even there, unfortunately.
Okay, yes. Well, at this spot here, the people of Milwaukee will have a better chance to view it. So already this morning there have been more people here than have walked by it the 3 times I was there in the last 2 months. So thank you and the Bolt Company for all your help, and here's to a successful job.
As a representative of the Bolt Company, we really appreciate the opportunity to help you guys out, and we look forward to a successful completion, and we hope you guys are happy with the finished product for years to come.
Again, thank you. I'm here with County Supervisor John Weisham from the 16th District. Supervisor Weisham has been instrumental in the War Memorial fight and the moving of the statue. Supervisor Weisham.
Thank you. Well, I think it's important that we pay our respects to not only General Douglas MacArthur, but the entire MacArthur family for all of their commitment to our community and their sacrifice that their family has made for our freedom here in America.
Now, the statue has been moving here, moved here from its longtime spot on MacArthur Square. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I think this the statue needs to be in a more prominent position, that the community will be able to see the statue and read about the history and the commitment of the MacArthur family to our city and our county. So I think this is a more prominent place, and I think it's a fitting and appropriate position for the statue for Douglas MacArthur.
Thank you, Supervisor Weisham. Thank you for everything you've done.
All right, thank you.
Joining me now is Charles C. Mulcahy, better known as Chaz to his business associates and friends. Mr. Mulcahy is the co-chair of the VCRT, that's the Veterans Community Relations Team. Mr. Mulcahy, you have been instrumental in the work with the War Memorial, separating the War Memorial from the Art Museum, and which is part of this is the moving of the MacArthur statue. Why don't you give us some
background? Sure, I'd be happy to comment on it, Greg. This goes back 1964 for me, a long time ago, when I was elected to the county board. I eventually went on the board of the War Memorial, and then from 1976 to 84 I was chairman. And we've always had a working relationship with the Art Museum. We went through some difficulties over the years resolving some of our differences, but as of October 2014, we've resolved those, and now we're moving ahead. War Memorial, fortunately, will continue as an independent entity governing and determining its own future, which we think is of crucial importance. The first thing that we wanted to do after the settlement was to reach out to the Art Museum and our community and have a major international event. We felt that General Douglas MacArthur would be an appropriate person to be our icon because the Art Museum had its icon, namely the Calatrava edition. So in 1979, we put up a statue when I was president of the Historical Society and chairman of the War Memorial of Douglas MacArthur in MacArthur Square. That statue was unveiled by Jean MacArthur, the widow of General Douglas MacArthur, and it was a very festive and happy time. Unfortunately, that site is somewhat removed from the public and relatively inaccessible, so we made a determination, and with the help of our chairman, Greg West, we put together a statue move committee, of which he's the chairman, and since that time have been securing approvals from the city and the county and the Parks Commission, raising funding. We were able to enlisted volunteers, including the Bolt Company, headquartered in Appleton, Wisconsin, Durrell Construction, and the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW, all donated their time and materials to help us bring the statue here, eventually erect it, put in the electrical work, the lighting, and make MacArthur on the lakefront a much more visible presence. In conjunction with this, on June 3rd through 7th, MacArthur Memorial Week will be held. That week will involve 5 days of programs with people coming here from the Philippines, Australia, Japan, South Korea, and Great Britain. There'll be an all-day program on MacArthur's Japanese Constitution at the law school, and all the rest of the programs will be at the War Memorial Center, running from Tuesday through Saturday, when the dedication will occur. And on the rededication of the MacArthur statue, we'll have the statue up at that point, but it'll be covered, Greg, with a parachute, a camouflage parachute, and then we'll have the unveiling. That'll be at a program on June 7th, and we'll have a military review that day, presentations by prominent people in the community, and of course, sharing for the first time Douglas MacArthur on Lake Michigan. So that's our plan, and we're happy to be here.
Well, thank you, Chaz, and hope everything goes well. Hope you have a really good day for it.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Nice to be with you.
Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Greg. And Greg was on the move that day. He joins us from the Bolt warehouse now, where the statue was about to be moved. Over to you, Greg.
Thanks, Dave. I'm standing here with Ken Walls, a member of the VCRT, the organization which is responsible for moving the MacArthur statue from MacArthur Square down to Veterans Park at the lakefront. Ken, now you've been involved the entire time with the moving of the statue.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Yes, that is true.
What do you think about the move itself?
It's an excellent way to actually portray and also display General MacArthur, who was a hometown veteran, and also was the best place to put it because where it was actually in anonymity, and being down at the lakefront, a lot more people will have exposure to it, and also it'll bring some more history about military veterans from the Wisconsin area to the general public.
Now this has been going on for 6-8 months now, and what do you feel about it finally coming a day away from fruition here?
I'm really anxious to see that it is placed down at the lakefront because it has been a long time in working on this, and a number of people through the VCRT and other groups assisting us to do this. And so, and along with the week-long MacArthur Memorial Week, it should be a great time for the exposure and for getting the statue some recognition that it deserves.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks again, Greg. In a few minutes, we'll follow the MacArthur statue on its epic trek from the Bolt warehouse. But first, retired Air Force Major Gwen Shepard tells us about MacArthur's most notable speech given to West Point graduates in 1962.
In 1962, West Point honored General MacArthur with the Sylvanus Thayer Award for his contributions to this nation. It was at that time that MacArthur gave his famous speech, Duty, Honor, Country. It basically stated, "The shadows are lengthening for me. The twilight is here. My days of old have vanished, tone and tint.
Duty, honor, country. Those three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, what you will be. They are your rallying points to build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems to be little cause for faith, to create hope when hope becomes forlorn. Unhappily, I possess neither that eloquence of diction, that poetry of imagination, nor that brilliance of metaphor to tell you all that they mean. The unbelievers will say they are but words, but a slogan, but a flamboyant phrase. Every pedant, every demagogue, every cynic, every hypocrite, every troublemaker, and I am sorry to say, some others of an entirely different character will try to downgrade them even to the extent of mockery and ridicule.
Today marks my final roll call with you, but I want you to know that when I cross the river, my last conscious thoughts will be the Corps, and the Corps, and the Corps. I bid you farewell. This was General MacArthur's final speech to the cadets of West Point in 1962.
Now let's go for a ride as we follow General MacArthur on his historic trip from the Bolt Warehouse to his new resting place in Veterans Park. And that's it for this edition of Veterans Newsline. Join us again next time for more Veterans news and events from southeastern Wisconsin. Until next time, I'm Dave Ryba. Thanks for watching.